friends. Hello, all. We love you
Hi,
so much.
friends.
Hi,
Manel's here in
friends.
spirit.
Yeah.
Also, it's not my turn. It's yours. I went first last time.
You're totally lying. But
I literally went first yesterday.
you're
I
totally
would
lying.
remember.
Hold on. Let me think. No, dude, you're totally lying.
Darren,
No, 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 no,
I
no, no,
went first
no,
yesterday
no.
because I didn't know the timeline, and then you went second and you explained the timeline, and I was like,
Okay,
oh.
you're right. I was gaslighting. You're right.
I can't believe I got gaslit on live television right now.
On live television to billions of
Oh my
people.
god.
Actually, I kind of
Yes,
want to see.
Elijah.
Did no, nobody saw it. We have 3 views on yesterday's. I just thought it might have been higher
Who
because it's
watched
because
it?
because it's sunrise on the reaping. I don't know. I wish you could check, but no, I have no idea. I have a friend of mine. Her name's also. She goes by Julie, but I'll bet both of
Must
your
be a
guys'
Julia.
names are Julia. I don't really know, but she's like kind of like my cousin. I told her like, yeah, like maybe you can come talk with us or whatever, but you're gonna have to like prove you're fast enough. So she was like currently trying to prove that on this one, and this happens to be like the fastest book we've ever read. I kind of felt bad, but at the same time, I was like, dude, it happens. Like, this is.
Is this is this the cousin that you've been telling to prove themselves for at least a year and a half now?
No, because that's my cousin Melissa.
Oh, I was like, that's Darren.
Julie, she's one of my gaming friends, and she's been talking about wanting to
Okay.
to join or something. I don't know. Like I have very little faith in anybody, and not and let we're just insane. You and Manel still don't seem to think that we're that insane, but we are
I
insane.
don't think we're that insane.
You're
Oh no,
crazy.
pigeon. Don't run it
Our
over, bitch.
our speeds are insane. So, anyways,
Huh.
oh, I am saying that because I sent her this video, but I don't think she read because she never got to the halfway point yet. So I don't know who's right
Mm.
watching this. Yeah. Okay, so then it's my turn. That's what we got to.
Yes, it is
Got
your
it.
turn.
Okay.
Move up. Oh, hold on. I also have a question. What
Okay.
was it? How's the other book club going?
Oh, not really going. We meet like every like maybe like 2 months, and it's mostly just to like hang out. Honestly, we usually end up talking about the
Well,
book.
well, well.
Okay. Well, well. Like no matter what I was gonna say, right? You were gonna be like, well. There was like no way I was gonna escape that. I could have said, "Oh, we quit. I'm never gonna see them again."
Well,
Well.
well.
uh,
I'd like to say only the strong survive, but it's okay.
oh
Okay.
gosh.
Anyways.
Okay, on to the book.
Yeah.
I thought this book. I really like this book. I really like this book. I like that it got so dark at the end. Because I think that if it didn't do that, I would have been like unsettled and felt weird about it, kind of like I was talking about on the halfway point. But knowing where Haymitch was at the start of the series, just an effed up, poor, broken man, all of this makes sense. So I thought that was cool. I was happy once we finally got into the arena. It was like more or less what I was like hoping for and waiting for. Although at the same time, what is kind of weird is like for it being a quarter quell and it having 48 people in it, we didn't see very much action, right? Because he just bolted off and
Yeah.
we didn't like it would have been interesting to like see like what happened on the initial clash at the cornucopia. Like that probably was crazy, but we didn't see that at all. Uh so that was like it was like it was understandable because they were building up for why he had to do that the entire time. So I wasn't like that mad at it, but at the same time, like there wasn't that much action. Like we saw like 2 fights, even though there was so many kids that died. But still like fine. At least there was like reasoning behind it. Um, Pretty much everybody who died, it was just sad when I forget his name. BT's son dies. That was messed up. When Lulu dies, geez, that was really really messed up. Um, and then the other chick that he finally hooked up with, that was yeah. Pretty horrible.
They hooked up?
No, I'm sorry. Whoa, geez. I just mean they like linked up and they were traveling together. Good
Oh,
grief.
okay.
You're like so obsessed
I
with
was like,
that,
oh my god, I
with
missed
that.
like a whole thing.
You're so
No,
obsessed with the weird
no,
brotherly love
no,
that they
don't
have.
you dare!
I don't know what's going on with
I
you,
was
but
just confused. Oh my god! Can we talk about how everybody ends up this motherfucker's sister? Sisterly love. I'm like, okay, but it makes sense because he did have two twin sisters that died. So, but I'll wait for to speak my piece.
will you? I think you already spoke. Let me see. I liked how many mutts there were, how many of like the creatures, because it was kind of sad that like I want to say like in Hunger Games 2 there was like almost none of them because it was like the arena that was the main enemy, which was really cool too, but like there weren't really mutts. And there was like kind of mutts in Hunger Games 3, but there wasn't even like a Hunger Games in Hunger Games 3, so it doesn't really count. I missed the creatures. So there was like lots of creatures in this and that was very satisfying. Um and then yeah, just like poor Haymitch. There was something at the end I almost wanted to discuss. Like it would be nice if like Manel was here because I'm sure for sure it went over your head, but they seem to make some kind of tie to Songbird and Snakes because they said Lucy Gray, I think her name is, which is the girl from. But it kind of went over my head like a little bit. Like I sort of grasped it,
I
but
thought it was Lenora's, yes, family.
well, if it is Lenora's family, then it's like her like great or it's like her great grandma or something or I don't know. But
I thought it was like an aunt.
at the same time, it's weird because we don't know what happened to that girl Lucy Gray, and it almost seemed to me like she went to like District 13 or something like that. But I don't actually know.
Mm.
Anyway, but that was cool. There was that little bit of a tie-in. Anything else to say? I really liked it. I think it pushed itself from like the 4 to 4.5 territory, probably into like a 5 for me. I really liked it a lot. I don't know though
Ah,
because I have to think about it. I think I'm gonna do the Manel thing a tiny bit, where like I think about it in relation to the other books because I still think Songbird and Snakes was better, and I don't really know what I gave that. So I don't know. I have to think on it a
mm.
little bit, but I quite liked it, and yeah, I think that's it.
Okay, it's my
Okay,
turn, obviously.
yeah, obviously, because we are
I
alone,
ended up really there's only two. Now it's a lot easier to know who's next when there's only two of
dwindling.
you.
Yeah, although
And then there
apparently
was
it's not that easy to know who's first.
yeah, Darren from day to
That
day.
was pretty messed up. I was like
I
hard. I was just flat out telling you you're a liar
I'm telling you, I got gaslit on national television,
on
and I was like,
national
wait, hold on,
TV
no.
to the public.
Exactly, to our fucking friends, followers, and haters. I'm just kidding. Okay, anyways,
Mm,
yes. So I overall really, really like this book. I think realistically, I can only rate it a 4 because I should have reread the other books, and I feel like I would have felt a lot
yeah,
more
all the ties kind of
strongly
went over
about
your head. Unfortunately, yeah, it makes sense.
it. So fair. I don't think like honestly, I might even just like no, I rated it, but like if I was like even more fair, no rating. Anyways, overall, I really did enjoy this book. I thought it was really good. It was standalone enough for me to understand everything. It would have been better if I had that knowledge, but by itself, with the limited knowledge I do have, I think it was great. In the end, I still didn't like the narrator. He was still like super like blasé about everything, and I really didn't.
Agreed.
I just wasn't a fan still, but I get it. But in terms of the story, I do feel like this book lacked a lot. Oh my god.
Oh, did something go wrong? Because your picture froze, but I can still hear you fine.
That's so weird.
Oh,
Why did it shut down?
hmm.
Also like I have to have my AC really fucking high because I think my stupid phone overheats. I updated to iOS
Uh,
26 or whatever, and this bitch overheats like crazy now.
yeah, it'll
Um,
do that.
so also give me a second because I'm in that point in my drive where I have to like Hunger Games into the fucking lane.
Swear a lot.
Um,
Yeah.
oh my god, I'm getting nervous. My heart rate's going up. I'm starting to sweat. My palms are getting clammy. I think this is it. No, that was my chance. I didn't take it. Oh, there's a spot up there. Okay. But then the thing is, like, if somebody in front of you sees a spot, they take that spot, and then, like, you're fucked. But this is a spot, and I'm gonna go ahead and fucking steal this one. All right, crisis averted. Okay, so
Okay.
I did feel like it lacked action.
Mhm.
And like I said, I understand why it lacked the action, but I still missed it.
Sure.
I still missed it. I still missed like that. What made up for the action for me at least was all of the mutts and the arena. The
Mhm.
fucking blood-sucking leech ladybugs literally gave me
Yeah.
the heebie-jeebies. I was just
Yeah.
like, ugh.
I
I
know.
hated that. Absolutely hated that. The fucking bats, the squirrels, like the everything. I just
Butterflies.
thought it was so the
Yeah.
butterflies. I thought it was so interesting, and that's like one thing I really, really appreciate about the Hunger Games in general is like their ability to come up with these just like torturous fucking animal thingamabobbies, and I think that's just like so interesting, and I absolutely love it. So for the lot, like -1 for the lack of action, but like +2 for like the mutts. I thought that was so interesting.
Mhm.
Um, I thought it was crazy how they killed the fucking game makers. Like that was insane.
Oh yeah,
I
that
thought
was pretty crazy.
that was like
Nothing
so
like
fucking
that's ever
crazy.
happened before. Yeah, that was cool.
And like every time I think of the Hunger Games and then like they bring in like the game makers and everything, it reminds me of like The Village by like Emma
Mm.
Knight. You remember that? How like
Yeah.
you're in this and you think this is your reality, but there's like normal people just like outside, like
Right.
underneath you.
Just
Like
like
it's
doing
so
their
fucking
jobs
weird.
or like Truman Show.
Yeah, like the exactly
Yeah.
the Truman Show. Exactly. It's just like what in the actual fuck. So like that was super interesting.
Hmm.
Um, like I said, I think Hamish wanted everybody to be his fucking sister. I don't know. Can't yeah, like it was
You
Lulu.
you really do feel like a certain way about that though. I don't understand like why you're like
I
you
don't
like get
know. I don't
weird
know.
about
I just feel like this man loved a lot. This man loved a lot for him to go home to Lenora. I don't know, man. I don't know. Okay, like he gave that out freely, which is great because you're gonna die. You need to give it out freely. But I'm just saying, if I was on TV watching my man just confess his love to everybody in the Hunger Games, I don't know. I don't know if I'd open him back with open arms. I don't know, man. I don't know. And that's me being crazy. So
Clearly speaks to your jealousy, yes. Get
I
that.
will, that is very personal to me. Um, I'd be like, oh, okay, you're back. You did it for me. You love me. Oh, well,
And
that's so interesting because you're over there
yeah.
confessing your fucking love to
How's
the bitches.
Lulu?
It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, how's Malaysia, whatever the
Her
fuck her
name.
name was. Oh, you got her in there, huh? Interesting. Toss that shit. Anyways, okay. So, but I did appreciate it, and I feel like this book had like the inkling of found family, and it was just enough to like make me feel some type of way. But I
Mhm.
wish we would have. But it's the thing is like I also can't wish we wanted more of it because that's the whole purpose of the Hunger Games. Like you can't form these emotional attachments with people because at the end, literally only one person's gonna fucking live.
Yeah.
So that
Yeah.
like fleetingness was like I think accurately portrayed in this book, and that was like really interesting. I
Sure.
loved the alliances and how the kids came together, like the newcomers and how they managed to make that work, and how they work together and they stay true to what they wanted to do. Because like I said, I don't know if I'm a bad person, but life and death, I made an alliance with you, and then death, I don't know. I don't know what I would do. I really don't. No, I'm pretty loyal. I would stick to it, which is why I'm mad that he wasn't loyal. Anyways, um, so yeah, so I appreciate that. Like it was also just like heartbreaking the way everybody fucking died. Like
Mhm.
the way Lulu died. Both Lulus died. The way Maisley died. The way the Chicory or who was in the tree at the end.
Oh yeah, I forget. I know who you're talking about. Yeah, that was sad. I forgot about that one already.
That was like so fucking sad, and how he
Yeah.
ended up finding her and all of that. Like whatever. I don't know if I believe in Haymitch having the personality to win something like that, though. If that makes sense.
I
And again,
agree.
I don't know if it has to deal with the narrator, but there's just like no emotion that came across. He was very just like, this is happening, this is how I feel about it, like moving on. But there wasn't like strong emotions like you know what I mean? Like I don't know. Like I don't feel like in this scenario somebody like that would have the personality to win. You know what I mean? And I'm not talking about panache or for the other girl. Like, obviously, like, there's faults to being like the careers, like to being that, trained for it or whatever. But I also just don't feel like he had what it would take
Sure.
to win the Hunger Games. Do you know what I mean? Like, it didn't come across like that for me. I'm glad he won.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I was actually thinking that a little bit, because in the halfway point I talked about how Katniss was lucky, and that is still, I think, predominantly true. But in the moments where she wasn't lucky and she had to use skill, we at least knew that Katniss was like a badass with a bow. You never doubted that
Right.
once. You know what I mean? Like, she
Right.
is a badass with a bow. Haymitch, like, what raw skill does he have? Kind of none. And so when he started like fighting with like the axes, I'm like, I don't know. Yeah, I agree. I kind of felt the same way.
And that's what I'm saying too. Like, to me, he never came across as having that drive to win.
Yeah, bloodthirsty or whatever
and
it is.
like, not even like the drive to tear down the Capitol. Like, all of that came from everybody else giving it to him, and even then, didn't feel like he could do it. And I feel like you have to have some sort of delusion to think that you could do it. Like, you have to be realistic, but you also have to have that delusion. And it just never came across for me. So I don't know. I was just, fuck, I'm cold as balls in here. Balls aren't even cold. It's cold and we just hit. So I don't know. So that was that. In the end, I did kind of like. They're not warm for everybody. Anyways, okay, moving on. Near the end, the whole, like, him, like, the fucking President Snow burning down his fucking family's house, poisoning Lenora, like, all of that is insane. You know what I mean? Like, it's easy to think. And then I was like, and then in my head, if you were gonna do all of that, why? And this is, I think, what pisses me off. If you were gonna do all of that and teach him a lesson, I guess that is the biggest way to teach a lesson. You should have just fucking killed him. If President Snow felt that strongly about what he did, killed the motherfucker. You should have killed it. Like, you should have just tortured him slowly and painfully on the fucking field instead of, like, letting him go home. My mom went to Old Navy. You know what I mean? But I guess going home and having that victory or whatever, fine. It's like worse. But like, that was insane. Like, the gumdrop. You motherfucker. What were you doing then if you were holding up all that traffic, you piece of shit? So I don't know. There was just like a lot to it. Like I said, I feel like I would have felt more strongly about it if I had like the backstory. Because was he going delusional? Was he going crazy at the end with like all of the rhyming? Or is that like some part of him that I don't remember?
Yeah, I think he was going a little crazy, but as far but I had to infer as well. It's not like something obvious from the books or the movies. So yeah, no, I'm not fully sure either.
Okay. That kind of, I was just like, oh, okay. I'm gonna rewatch all the movies this weekend. That's what I'll do. But yeah, so I said a lot and said nothing at the same time. Overall, I really liked the book. The book made me feel happy. I'm going to. Am I frozen? This is like a dead spot.
No, I get to you.
Am I still like active?
Yeah, and the audio's been
overall
fine.
I appreciated it. Okay, like I said, the only thing is I would have appreciated it more if I knew more. But I am also in the camp that I don't feel like Haymitch really had what it took to win. I'm surprised he won.
Yeah.
And then, like, what was Lenora's secret? That her aunt was like the first winner. That she was writing shit about the Capitol and orange spray paint. Like,
yeah,
that kind of like.
I think the secret was that she was like making propaganda posters. And like that's what I got too, and that kind of seems like a little bit of a lame secret. I didn't really get the.
That's a boring secret. That's such a stupid secret. I don't know, because he already knew. He already, like, earlier in the book, he had talked about like somebody set the stage on fire and somebody did this and somebody did that. So like, they already knew, like, she was, sticking it to the man. Why was her like writing propaganda any different? I don't know. Right?
Yeah, I didn't really get it, but yeah, that's true.
Anyways, overall, that was those are my takes. I don't really have much else to say. I don't think. You know what? I do miss Manel. I would like to hear what she had to say.
Yeah, especially because especially because on this one she just straight up already read it, and I guess that's gonna keep happening if we
Yeah.
keep reading other ones like this. But yeah, I agree. One thing that I will say from listening to you that's like occurring to me, and I think your rating is valid. I actually just rated it. I also gave it a 4, but like I wrote in 4.75, even that doesn't make any sense. But there's something to be said about this art. This I guess she's an artist, but this author and this book that both of us have such passionate things to say, and yet still by
Hmm.
the end of it we're like, yep, it's a 4. It's good. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like good,
Yeah.
and we talked about it a lot. Unlike
Yeah.
you know what's her bitch, like the chick we've been hating lately from Poppy War, where like I feel
Park
like
Kwong.
you know what I'm saying? Where like her whole thing is like it also makes you talk a lot, but by the end of it you hate it. But
I still hate
obviously,
it.
it's possible to make a book where where there's a lot of contention and you have a lot to say, and yet you're like,
Yeah.
but I liked it. So I appreciate
Yeah.
that fiercely about this
Yeah.
book because yeah, I love it when we have good conversations, and I love it when the book is actually good and not trash like
Yeah.
all of hers
Yeah.
are.
Like the Mistborn series. Like we had a lot to
Yeah,
fucking
dude,
say,
those
but
were
they
I.
were phenomenal
Yeah,
books.
I'm like so sad. I think a lot of those misborns. That was like when the audio was blown up. I think all of those discussions are to the wind. I don't remember.
R.I.P. R.I.P.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna stop
Yeah,
YouTube.
but overall,
Bye YouTube. We love you.
I YouTube.